Okay, Fall Haunted, this is Jordan. Something has been on my mind for quite some time because I've been puzzled about a few things. As you know, I am a clairvoyant medium. I'm a medium, clairvoyant, psychic, and empathic, extremely empathic, very hypersensitive to everything. But some things recently, I've been attacked in this house more than once. I told one of the lead investigators, the spirit guides, this, so this has been really pushing with me today as I'm doing my research for my next podcast. Before I moved back here, I was staying in this room. This is my brother's old room, and it's a guest room. I've made it mine right now, but how do I shorten this? Okay, get to the nitty gritty. I was on the bed one night. I was kind of hanging out, and I just was being silly, snapped a picture. Well, I looked at it, and where my dolls are on this side, before any of this was here, you see what looks like a male figure, and I wish I still had the picture, with a white t-shirt, modern day. His hair is short, dark hair. You can see it's dark hair, and it's to the side. The bangs are to the side, and where the face would be is a black void. Now, my mom saw this and freaked out. What freaked her out the most, and my dad still thinks it's anxiety today, like the next day after I took the picture, I'd stayed there for a week, so this was like the last night I was here, I took that picture. I mean, I'm completely blurred a little bit because I was moving around. Wasn't expecting this. I was packing up my last bag. My back was to this armoire, which dates back to the 1920s. It was bought at an antique store. I felt high sexual energy behind me, and it pushed into my body to where that voice says, "Get the fuck out." I grabbed that last bag because I had everything else in my car at the time. I was going back to Galveston, and whatever it was followed me in between my parents in the living room because it scared the shit out of me. And I don't get scared that easy. And pulled at my heart like it was trying to rip my soul out. Now, I have thought long and hard about this incident, and I guess if it's pushing with me, there is some truth to this. But it's kind of creepy seeing my reflection in the mirror, where I know portals can be. My pushing with this, I saw something on a haunting to where this woman had so much anger built up. She had a tenant in her house. Her son had died from suicide because he just didn't think he was good enough playing the piano, overbearing mother, wanting and pushing a little too hard for their son to be, the best they can be. It does happen in general. But he left a note, and this tenant was finding the note, and his girlfriend at the time found the note in the piano, and they saw the lady that he rented from, and she was angry. She could harm them, literally, physically harm them. But they found out she was never in the house at the times that they saw her. So, and this woman, after he moved out, followed him and scratched him at the place he was staying, the friend place he was staying. And when she died is when everything stopped. So, my conclusion to this is, when we have so much built inside of us, can we form our own poltergeist? Because this is what this lady did, and that picture that I got, and I thought about it, looked exactly like my ex-husband. Because he would that's how his bangs would be to the side, and he'd wear white t-shirts. I mean, mostly would have stuff on it, but this one did not. But the face was, the void of a face is what got me. But my ex was so angry and hated himself so much inside. He left me for trash, basically. A Hooters type girl. He had been stashed away since we moved to Katy. And he was actually messing around with a cute little realtor because his fetish was women in business suit. And this was a premeditated divorce, so who knows physically what all happened in between all of this, even though my intuition knew I was right about the Hooters type girl and her because of things she said. I'm not going to go into it because that's not the point. My husband, at the time we were going through the divorce, we're still legally married, he was so angry, so pissed, and he bullied me worse, way worse through the divorce than through, our whole marriage at the time. The abuse just got worse and worse even through this. And they usually say you see somebody's character, true colors, when you're going through a divorce. I was humble through the whole thing. He was like telling a friend of mine how crazy I was, how delusional I was, even though I knew the truth of what he was doing. And even though I don't know why I did this, my friend at the time I was living with in Galveston, we were leaving the house and I hugged him because I felt like he needed one. So I was more empathetic through this thing. But it made me think, he was so angry, he was so mad. What if he made that manifestation to come after me and attack me because he hated me so much? Because even though I was going through the divorce, I was still finding ways to be happy. I'll let you draw your own conclusions. Happy hauntings.